All right, guys, how's it going? Welcome. I wanted to get online and stream today and potentially make a YouTube video to cover a couple of issues that are happening specifically in Canada, surrounding the genocide in Gaza and the Free Palestine movement. There's been a couple instigators in the past couple days in the cities of Montreal and Toronto that are basically just trying to stir up shit. There's no real other better way to put it. This happened yesterday in Toronto. So let's just watch the tape. I'm going to play this without any context whatsoever. Let you decide for yourself what's happening, and then we'll go over it, okay?
Well, yeah, because you're inciting this crowd and it reaches the peace. Well, your friends is inciting them, and that's exactly what you're trying to do.
I'm a Jew.
No, because you're trying to incite them.
I haven't tried to incite them. I want you to take a picture of the hate crime that you're
You could have done it on
abounding.
the other side. You didn't need to walk over.
No, I wanted to go out. I don't
Now I'm
do
going to
any
tell you
of
to
it.
move over there.
And
And if you
ultimately,
don't
I
press
allowed you to take that video. I allowed you to take that
Yeah.
video.
not
So you're
crossing the
refusing
road.
to leave?
I'm refusing to leave.
Why?
Because I'm a Jew, I'm a citizen, and I'm your boss. And I don't leave because you say Jews aren't
Well, you know
allowed
what?
on the street.
In the interest of keeping peace here and public safety, you're under arrest for breaching the peace. Take a minute. Good.
Take this.
Look at his smile. All right. Where do I start? This guy is trying to get up in the business of Free Palestine protesters, trying to get in their faces with a camera on, what do you call those things? Not a tripod, but like a whatever. Anyway. He's trying to shove it right in their faces and call them names and get a reaction so he can get it on video and publicize it and make it look as bad for the protesters as possible. It's exactly what he's trying to do. It's completely transparent, and nobody is buying it except for Zionists that support exactly what he's trying to do. They support that he's trying to cause a ruckus. They support that he's wasting public funding by taking up these officers' time. Let's just go through it again.
Well, yeah, because you're inciting this crowd and it reaches the peace. Well, your friends is inciting them, and that's exactly what you're trying to do.
I'm a Jew.
No,
Because I'm a Jew.
because you're trying to incite
I
them.
haven't tried to incite them. I want you to take a picture of the hate crime that you're
done it on-
abounding.
He wants to take a picture of the hate crime. They're chilling there. They're doing a peaceful protest. There's no hate crime. You take the Palestinian flag as a hate crime. You will not accept the Palestinian flag. You will not accept the identity of Palestine. You've been denying the identity of Palestine for over 100 years. This guy hasn't, I don't think this guy personally is over 100 years old, but his ancestors were doing that. And now he's perpetrating the same thing. Now, this is what breeds anti-Semitism. This guy is exactly the type of reason why anti-Semitic opinion festers, gets out of hand, and brings people around to the other side of the spectrum where they hate Jewish people. It's like there is no productive result that can come from this. You are only stirring up shit for both sides. We'll see which side gets more support from the Canadian government, which side is treated better by police.
On the other side, you didn't need to walk over.
No, I wanted to go out. I don't
Now I'm
do
going to
any
tell you
of
to
it.
move over there.
And
And if you
ultimately,
don't
I
press
allowed
it,
you. I allowed you.
Look at him. The camera is shoved right in the officer's face. Now, if this was another country, or if the roles were reversed and this was a Free Palestine protester putting their camera in the face of an officer like that, I think the response would be a lot different, and we'd be looking at a like some borderline police brutality and a questionable arrest, like questionable police brutality, a warranted arrest, because the arrest here is warranted. I do agree with the arrest here. But if the roles were reversed and it was a Free Palestine protester acting with this kind of egregious entitlement, then I think the display would be kind of different.
Take that video. I don't want you to take that.
And the officer says, I allowed you to take that video. So he's already been in their faces. He's already tried to incite them, and he's continuing to do so. He doesn't want to leave. He won't leave until he gets his beef, you know?
So you're refusing to leave?
I'm refusing to leave.
Why?
He's refusing to leave. Like, they could have arrested him right here on the spot. They could have said, that's enough. That is enough. He said he's refusing to leave at the officer's request. I was arrested. I have one arrest on my record, and it was from when I was like 19 or 20. And on my arrest, it said, failure to remove oneself from the area upon request of peace officer. So a police was down like at the bar and was like, can you get out of my way? And I was like, oh, I'm just standing here, like, oh, sorry. And she pushed me to the ground. And I got up and I said, that was rude. And then she put me in cuffs. That's exactly what happened when I was 19. And so like that was years and years ago. So I don't know why this guy feels so much entitlement.
Why?
Because I'm a Jew?
Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. There's why he feels the entitlement.
I'm a citizen?
We all are citizens. These are citizens too, and they're exercising their right to peaceful protests.
And I'm your boss.
There it is. He's the boss. So this guy is fighting to protect his right to tell everybody else what to do and trying to undermine the rights of Middle Eastern, Arab communities, peaceful protesters who oppose genocide that are perpetrated by Israeli government, which he has ties to. This is disgusting.
I don't leave if you say Jews aren't
Well, you know
allowed on
what?
the street.
In the interest of keeping peace here and public safety, you're under arrest for breaching the peace. Take a video. Good.
Take this.
Look at his smile. Look at the smile. So Ezra Levant, that's his name, from Rebel News, thinks because he is a Jew and Canadian, he is above the law and that he can incite hate inside the pro-Palestinian protests at the Sunday protest today in Toronto. Great that he got arrested. No one is above the law. Completely agree here. 110%. 1.69 million subscribers? Who the fuck is this guy and who does he think he is? And how does he have, excuse me, how does he have 1.7 million subscribers? He's got a whole YouTube video about this, and then he's got it on the front page. Ezra Levant was arrested. He's out now, but we're fighting back. Fighting back against what? Fighting back against a completely justified arrest for you undermining police activity, trying to keep the peace, being a shit disturber. Again, if the roles were reversed and this was a pro-Palestine activist who was so belligerent, they would be treated much worse. And this guy wants money now. He wants your money. He's e-begging to help him do this more.
Okay, so let's see. How about this? Kyle, wealthy, handsome, multi-talented, Grammy Award-winning victim. Oh, that one's taken already. Sorry.
So, like, you incite and then you play the victim. This is exactly the stereotype that is harmful to Jewish communities. I know Jewish communities. I have a whole family that I'm pretty good friends with. They are good people. They're not like that. In Montreal, there is a huge Orthodox Jewish community. They've been there forever. They never cause problems. They're good people. And the thing is, and what people don't realize, is that there's good people in every religion, in every country. There's also trash tier people in every religion and every country. And it's up to you to figure out the difference. Stop relying on other people to tell you who is good and who's bad based on their country of origin, the color of their skin, their faith, their sexual orientation. Stop it. You're listening to a fucking war machine. You're being manipulated and conformed and molded into something you don't want to be. You look back in 10 years and say, how the hell did we get here? Well, you've got to stand up and do something now, or there's not going to be any way to turn it around. Like, people have got to stand up and start doing better. You can't point fingers at other people and point the blame all the time. Let's watch this. I don't think I'll make it through this whole video because this guy's going to piss me off so much, but...
Stand over here, okay? I don't have to... Canada is my state, so,
Sir, I understand that, okay?
But you're violating
your
my
presence
charter
in that
rights.
group is inciting the potential for
I
violence.
haven't incited anything. They have.
Your presence alone.
And you have obeyed them.
So, again, here's where I want you to stand, okay?
I know you want me to stand here, but you're not the law.
Well, I am the law.
You're not the law. It says Toronto Police on his fucking hat, dude. You fucking moron.
No, you're not the law, sir.
So,
You're a servant of the law.
There
You
you
are
go.
not the law.
So you're refusing to leave?
I'm refusing to leave.
Why?
Because I'm a Jew, I'm a citizen, and I'm your boss. And I don't leave because you say Jews aren't
Well, you know
allowed on
what?
the street.
In the interest of keeping peace here and public safety, you're under arrest for breach of the peace. Take a minute. Good.
Every Torontonian who's disgusted by this crime wave is his boss. I'm a citizen. I'm a taxpayer. I'm not a foreign provocateur like these Hamas thugs. And
You are a foreign provocateur. You're a literal Mossad agent wannabe. He's like a Mossad fanboy who's like trying to get in good with whatever sugar daddy he has. He wants to get closer and closer to some Epstein shit, is what this guy wants to do.
this is not the end of the story for me. This is actually the beginning.
Yeah. Satisfy your masters.
Hey, Ezra, how you doing there?
David, thanks very much for coming to get me. And I appreciate everybody who's gathered here, and it's great to see the truck here. I just got out of this police station. I was in the jail cell. I was a small cell, about 5 feet by 7 feet. And I was searched, and all my belongings were taken from me, including my watch and my phone.
That's what happens
I
when
lost track of time a little bit, but
That's what happens when you get arrested, you moron. They take your shit. Welcome to the fucking 21st century, dude.
fortunately I wasn't detained too long. I was arrested, not for causing a crime, not for anything in the criminal code, in fact. I was arrested because Officer McDuff, who has presided over that monstrosity every week in the Jewish neighborhood of Bathurst and Shepherd, he has acted as the concierge for pro-Hamas bigots, propagandists, threateners.
So this is the problem. You're equating everyone that is pro-Palestine with being pro-Hamas, number one. You're saying that these are bigots. There is I don't see a single piece of material here that is offensive to the Jewish faith. It is offensive to the Zionist ideal of let's take all their land and eliminate their history. Yeah, it's critical of that. That's exactly what the entire movement is about. It's critical of this ideology of like, oh, God promised me this land, so I'm going to erase and wipe out the history of the people that lived there before me. It's insane. It's mental illness. It's the most illogical and dangerous mental illness on the face of the earth, and we're paying for it. We are sending Canada, not just the U.S. I mean, I'm not going to get into the U.S. and everything that's going on in the U.S. because that's one thing. But in Canada, like, we're supposed to be a nation of peacekeepers, supposed to be. I know our history is not that pristine. We don't have that great of a record on that, but we have tried. So standing up and saying, don't kill children, stop killing children, you're saying that's a bigot to you. This guy is a problem. This guy is a real problem.
Propagandists, threateners.
I haven't seen anyone threaten anybody except you trying to be an instigator. This is peaceful protest, and doing it in a Jewish neighborhood, while it might seem like they're instigating, what you don't realize is that most, if not all, of these people are doing so peacefully. They're not getting in your faces. They're standing there. They're offering you to come to them and learn the truth. And you're turning them away. You default back to the lies that are perpetrated by the media, the Western media, and you default back to pointing the finger at people that are less fortunate than you and blaming your problems on them, when in fact it is the government that sells our rights out from under us to the highest bidder.
He has turned a blind eye to actual crimes committed by those Hamas thugs, and he has over-policed and abused the Jewish community. Today was particularly odious. They had recreated the scene of the Hamas terrorist Yahya Sinwar in his final moments, where he was finally killed by the Israeli army. They recreated that scene of Sinwar in the heart of the Jewish community. There's Holocaust survivors there. There's synagogues. And
if there's Holocaust survivors there, then they should be able to look at what's happening in Gaza and know it when they see it. Here, I'll bring this up. One sec. One of the judges for the ICC, the International Criminal Court, who recommended the arrest warrants for Netanyahu and Gallant, is a Holocaust survivor and a former, there it is, a former Israeli ambassador to Canada. So this Holocaust survivor is clearly an anti-Semite. What the fuck are you on? You're on some good genocide shit. You like, that Zionism shit is strong, man. Like, one hit and you're fucking addicted for life. Stay away, kids. Way more dangerous than crack. Where are we?
in schools, that would be tantamount to burning the KKK burning a cross outside a black church.
100%.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Reconstructing the scene where your people killed their leader Actually, yeah. Well, actually, now that I think of it, it is kind of similar. But it's not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not the KKK burning a cross.
Amount to burning the KKK burning a cross outside a black church.
100%.
No, it's not. The black church never killed. Didn't kill Jesus. The black church didn't kill Jesus. The Jews killed Jesus. Let me see. What's the actual comparison here? The actual legitimate comparison that you could make here is if Christians got together, a big group of Christians, you know, with their robes, you know, pastors and ministers, got together and displayed Jesus dying on the cross outside of a synagogue. Not a burning cross, because that was explicitly a symbol of hate used by the KKK to intimidate and frighten and terrorize black people, who, again, black people don't really have a stake in this argument you're making. I really don't understand why you would bring them up. You're just, you know, using anything you can to try to incite people into some rage bait that they've heard somewhere before. You're calling into the most primitive brain cells that people have. And yeah, so by this definition, then the symbol of Jesus on the cross is then anti-Semitic and needs to be banned. So yeah, good luck with that one. Good luck with that fight if that's what you're going for next, because yeah, that's going to be a long one. Good luck, bud. This is the guy he's talking about. This is when he was killed, right?
Created the scene of the Hamas terrorist Yahya Sinwar.
Yahya. Oh, that is Yahya. I thought it was, okay. So this guy dies. He's one of Hamas's leaders. Listen to what he says. Just listen to what he says. You got to read it. I apologize, the subtitles. But just read this.
إسرائيل التي تمتلك ترسانة الحرب الكبرى اللي فيها أدق الأسلحة وأعتى الطائرات تقتل أطفالنا ونسائنا بعمد وتقصد وهي تريد ذلك لا يمكن أن يقارن بمن يقاوم ويدافع عن حقه بأسلحة بسيطة. إحنا لو كان لدينا القدرة على أن نضرب صواريخ دقيقة وموجهة تصل إلى أهداف عسكرية لما ضربنا هذه الصواريخ. لكن إحنا مضطرين أن ندافع عن شعبنا بالوسائل المتاحة لدينا. هذا ما هو متاح لدينا. ماذا نستطيع أن نفعل؟ هل نرفع الراية البيضاء؟ نحن لن نرفع الراية البيضاء. هل مطلوب منا أمام العالم أن نقتل وأن نكون الضحية الطيبة حسنة الأخلاق التي تقتل دون أن يرتفع لها صوت؟ هذا غير ممكن بالمطلق. نحن قررنا أن ندافع عن شعبنا بما أوتينا من قوة.
Does the world expect us to be well-behaved victims while we're getting killed? For us to be slaughtered without making a noise? So this is the guy who was fighting back against Israel, leading Hamas, leading his people. They did some bad shit. I'm not defending that. But what I will defend is a people's right to defend themselves. And when you look at the human cost from 2008 to 2023 alone, this is in 15 years leading up to last year's October 7th. Look at this comparison over 15 years. That is a 21x ratio of death. 21 Palestinians killed for every one Israeli killed. And it's going to be in another video. We're going to go all the way back to the Balfour Declaration in 1917, when the British elite signed a deal with a Lord Rothschild, a British prominent Jew, that sowed the seeds for this genocide that's taking place in Gaza in 1917. Let that sink in. Let's go back to this.
In his final moments where he was finally killed by the Israeli army, they recreated that scene of Sinwar in the heart of the Jewish community. There's Holocaust survivors there. There's synagogues and schools. That would be tantamount to burning, the KKK burning a cross outside a black church.
No.
And the Toronto police,
No.
and their grotesque chief of police, Myron Demkew, and the anti-Semitic mayor, Olivia Chow, and Officer McDuff, who's the on-the-ground thug, abide that. Not just abide it, protect it, block it. I was there by myself. I just went there with my cell phone, and I wanted to film this absolutely appalling artifact. It was like a Christmas. You might put up Halloween decorations or Christmas decorations. These foreign thugs, and they're foreign nationals, they should be arrested, prosecuted, and deported immediately. But instead, they're treated.
So,
as,
this guy looks really scary. I'm really scared of this guy. He looks like he's going to hurt me. Yeah, for sure.
It's like a Christmas. You might put up Halloween decorations or Christmas decorations. These foreign.
So, you're getting close to their display, their protesting scene. You're coming in hot with a camera, trying to instigate. And like, does this guy look like he's threatening you?
And they're foreign nationals.
He's giving you all the patience, all the graciousness. He's giving you like as much graciousness as more than you deserve.
They should be arrested.
Trying to explain to you like why they're doing it. You're probably yelling at him. That's why you muted out this section of the audio.
Instead, they're treated as preferred citizens by the Toronto police. They had this grotesque presentation on the streets of the Jewish neighborhood, and I wasn't going to protest it. I wasn't going to dispose of it. I was going to film it and photograph it, and the police wouldn't let me do that.
And Ezra, if I may, Ezra is not exaggerating. Efren was on scene to capture the takedown. Check it out.
You're being an asshole.
I think you're a coward also. I think you're a coward also.
Yeah, the people that defend your life, the officers that do their best, put themselves in harm's way to protect you are cowards.
You'll do what they say because it's the path of least resistance.
No, I'm trying to keep the peace.
The path of least resistance. Dude, this guy is quite literally insane. Do you know how hard people have to work to maintain any sort of dignity and truth in this conflict? To expose Israel's lies? Do you know how hard people have to work to make one or two or a small group of people see the truth or see any one instance in a different light? People work so hard to do that. And then you come in and you just try to destroy it with your nonsense.
No, you're not. If you try to keep the police,
if anybody wants to
crack down on the thugs.
If you want to do in their bidding, just stand over here, okay?
I don't have to. Canada is my free state zone, sir.
Sir, I understand that, okay?
But you're violating
your
my
presence
charter
in that
rights.
group is inciting the potential for
I
violence.
haven't incited anything. They have.
Your presence alone.
And you have obeyed them.
So again, here's where I want you to stand.
So if one of their people, one of the guys in a mask and a keffiyeh, holding a phone, went over and started shoving his phone in all the Jewish people's faces, would you not want them to be arrested too? You're a hypocrite. You're a blatant hypocrite trying to incite hate and Islamophobia.
Okay?
I know you want me to stand here, but you're not the law.
Well, I am the law.
No, you're not the law, sir.
So,
You're a servant of the law.
There
You
you
are
go.
not the law.
Because you're inciting this crowd and then it breaches the peace.
That's fine.
Well, your presence is inciting them, and that's
I'm a
exactly
Jew.
what you're trying to do.
Because I'm a Jew.
No, because you're trying to incite
I
them.
haven't tried to incite them. I want you to take a picture of the hate crime that
You
you're
could have done it on
abiding.
the other side. You didn't need to
You
walk
did it
over. So you're
crossing the
refusing
road.
to leave?
I'm refusing to leave.
Why?
I'm refusing to leave.
Why?
The portrayal of Yahya Sinwar murdered in his lounger is not a hate crime. If that's true, then any depiction of Jesus on the cross is also a hate crime. If that logic is true, then every church in Canada needs to have all their imagery of Jesus on the cross removed because it's a hate crime against the Jewish people. Is this not the most blatant misrepresentation?
Because I'm a Jew, I'm a citizen, and I'm your boss.
I understand you want people to like you more and think you're cool. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see how this brand works for you. We got Kyle, rugged, vegan, compassionate victim.
Yeah.
I don't leave if you say Jews aren't
Well, you know
allowed
what?
on the street.
In the interest of keeping peace here and public safety, you're under arrest for breach of the peace. Take a minute.
Good. Take this.
Like, there's nothing else here.
I'm being arrested because I'm standing on the sidewalk in my city. I'm a Jew who lives in this neighborhood, and I'm being arrested.
Oh, cry it up. You're being arrested because you're a fucking asshole. That's why. Let me just quickly bring this up. This post will be in the next video too. But just as an aside, like, here we have, this is in Canada, I think, and Operation Global Insight, no more words. Join the Shirion Collective's first undercover operation. Become an agent embedded behind enemy lines at this week's protests. Marking our first global operation that combines the efforts of volunteers and our more seasoned internal team. Who we're looking for? Individuals who can remain cool, calm, and collected demeanors under triggering Jew hate and pressure. Volunteers willing to wear keffiyehs and walk in these demonstrations masked. So posing as a Palestine supporter while actually trying to do harm to that movement. Individuals with Arabic-sounding names and Middle Eastern appearance may be uniquely positioned for deeper infiltration and will receive cash compensation for their vital role in our operation. This right here is trickle-down economics, folks. This is exactly what trickle-down economics is. It's when world governments are led by a mafia, an international elite mafia that operates without consequence. And if you want to move up the ladder, you basically have to put yourself in a compromising position, do some dirty work. And the dirtier work that you want to do, the more you want to compromise your own morality and integrity and future prospects and put everything in the hands of somebody who controls you because they now have something on you. Well, you know, like the dirtier work you want to do, that's great. the more you do of it, the faster you can move up the ladder. And that's how our government works here in Canada, and that's how world governments work. It's a mafia, and I'm not saying that this guy is in contact with this, but you never know. And it's just interesting to see that there are people out there offering compensation to people who are they're offering compensation for stirring the pot, and that's not okay. This should be like this should be absolutely shut down by police, in my opinion. Now we're fighting back. So this guy wants you to give him money so that he can spend his time disrupting the efforts of police officers who are trying to keep the peace and spreading Islamophobia. Please, please don't give this guy any money. This is not this has 1.1K likes. I'm going to follow this guy and troll the shit out of him. It's not the equivalent of wearing a KKK hood and burning a cross on the lawn of a black church. That is absurd. Has nothing to do with black people. You're reversing the roles, and it's disgusting. These are civilians. They haven't done anything wrong, and therefore they get protected by police. That's how it works. This will be a big legal fight, and we need your support to pay for it. So not only does he want to disrupt the efforts of peacekeeping police officers, he also wants to disrupt the courts and waste the time, energy, and funds of people in the justice system. It's ridiculous. This guy is a clown. For now, I think that's enough. I think we covered this guy enough. I'll move on to the next thing. And yeah, this is really unfortunate that this guy has as much following as he does. Because again, Zionism does not equate with Judaism. In fact, Jews all around the world oppose Zionism, particularly Orthodox Jews, but not exclusively. 1 in 3 American Jewish young people sympathizes with Hamas. 1 in 3 American Jewish young people. Because let's watch this little thing on why because. So here you go.
Amid the fabled hills of Judea in southwest Asia stands Jerusalem, the capital of Palestine.
Palestine was a thriving, populous country with a strong economy, with a political life, with a very strong culture, very diverse, very tolerant, going back as far as history can record.
The British government's policy in Palestine, a policy which, if continued, will surely have as a result the replacement of the Arabs by the Jews.
That's 1917. So the UK said, you Jewish people are very important to us. You're so important to us that we're going to genocide all these people in the most holy land in the region. We're going to genocide them all, and you can have their land. That's what they said in 1917. That is 107 years ago. And 107 years later, this is the result. You have this guy coming around and saying, you work for me, and I'll fight for my right to tell everybody what to do. And these people over here, since they disagree with me and they think that I can't steal their land and kill their babies, I think you should arrest them. That's what this guy is all about. And one last thing, like when he's calling himself a journalist, when you go back and look at the video, he doesn't present himself as a journalist at all. He never once presents himself as a journalist. He presents himself as a citizen who's trying to get in their faces. And he doesn't have press written anywhere on his person. He doesn't have the logo of his outlet on his microphone or anywhere like that. He's not presenting himself as press, as a journalist. He has no credentials. He's an independent media. You can't go around saying, oh, I'm the press, I'm the press, I'm the press. You have to, I'm going to force you to let me interview you because I'm the press. You're not the press. You're independent media. And anybody that talks to you, you should be saying thank you. All right.